Hello, hi, welcome to my channel Chemistry Wala Alam. This is Hussein Alam. Right. Dear students, in the past videos I had explained about the periodic properties regarding ionization energy, atomic radius. In this session I am going to explain about the electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. It is also called as electron affinity. Electron affinity. So what is meant by electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity? So if you observe regarding ionization energy, so here once you can be see that ionization energy is, suppose if you consider that an atom, okay na, so electrons are revolving around the nucleus in an atom. So ionization energy or ionization potential is energy is required to remove the electron. So energy is required. It is the endothermic process. It is endothermic process. Okay, energy is required for what? To remove the electron. So ionization energy definition, you can be see that the minimum amount of energy is required to remove an electron from the valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom. Okay, right. Coming to here, electron affinity, quite opposite. Definition is quite opposite. So energy is required here in the case of ionization energy, but in the electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy, atom in the middle of the atom nucleus, so shells will be present. So it may be 1, 2, 3 and so on. So here when electron is added to the valence shell, electron is added, so by that some amount of energy can be releases. Energy releases. See here, quite opposite. Ionization energy, electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Here ionization energy is the energy required process to remove the electron. Here electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy is when electron is added to the valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom, some amount of energy can be releases. That is called electron affinity. So by definition you can see that, so the amount of energy is released. The amount of energy is released when an electron is added to valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom. Isolated neutral gaseous atom. So when electron is added to valence shell of the isolated neutral gaseous atom, certain amount of energy can be released. That released amount of energy is termed as electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Okay, now when electron is gained, released amount of energy, enthalpy is one of the energy form. Okay, right. Here why energy is released? So we know that atoms are trying to get the stability. So in order to get the stability, some are losing the electrons, some are gaining the electrons. So by gaining electron, what happens here? Some certain amount of energy can be released. We know that. So stability is inversely proportional to energy. Stability is inversely proportional to energy. That means when some amount of, suppose if you take that chlorine gains one electron, can be converted into Cl minus. So when chlorine gains one electron, it will get in that organ electronic configuration. At that time it is releasing some amount of energy. So by gaining electron, how we can say that that is getting the stability? That means when electron is added, certain amount of energy is released. That means when energy is released, means energy of the chloride ion is less when compared to chlorine atom. That's what here, when energy released, that ion is having the less energy. Less energy is nothing but more stability. Okay na. General representation of the electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy can be represented like X. X is a non-metal. Okay na. In the gaseous state, electron is added, it can be converted into X minus. This is also in the gases, but anion can be forms. Anion can be forms. Here X is the neutral atom. Which atom? Isolated neutral atom. Isolated is nothing but pure neutral and gaseous atom. Okay na. So electron affinity once again can be, see, the amount of energy can be released when an electron is added to valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom is termed as electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Then what are the units? Same units of the ionization energy, no? So here electron volt per atom, that is equals to 1 electron volt or 23.06 kilocalories per mole, or that is equals to 96.43 kilojoules per mole. Units of the electron affinity. Okay, so here ionization energy, electron affinity. So here ionization energy of a neutral atom is equals to electron affinity of the cation. A neutral atom, cation. Okay na, right? So this is the regarding definition and units. Okay, that means here how much amount of energy is, suppose an atom, suppose when a metal is, any one of the element is losing one electron, so it requires, suppose 200 kilocalories of energy is required to remove electron from the one atom. 200 kilocalories of energy is required. So to this metal ion, when electron is added, so same amount of energy can be releases. Kilocalories, same amount of energy can be releases. That means here electron affinity and ionization energy are numerically same value. So how much amount of energy is required to remove the electron? Same amount of energy is released when electron is added. Okay, but here ionization energy is endothermic process. Endo energy is required, but here electron affinity is the exothermic. So electron is added, energy can be releases. Okay, right. Next one is here types of electron affinity. So here successive electron affinities can be discussed. So what is meant by successive electron affinity? So to the one atom, one electron is added, that is called first electron affinity, EA1, first electron affinity. So here this process is which one? Exo. The process is exothermic process, means energy can be releases. Okay, next here anion is gaining the one more electron and converted into di-negative ion. So this is termed as EA2. Okay, this is endothermic process. This is the endothermic process. Why? So just now only we said that it is the exothermic. Then again why it is the endothermic? Means here, so for the atom, so it containing the, suppose atom is 15 protons and 15 electrons. 15 protons and 15 electrons. So we can be add one electron. So by that what happen? The 15 electrons become 16 electrons. So this is the each one EA1. Okay, so here by this what happening, here number of electrons are increasing. number of electrons are increasing, but protons inside the nucleus will be constant, 15 protons. So now we are going to add one more electron, so this is called EA2. So by this what happens, 17 electron. Here the thing is, already it gained the one electron, it gained the one electron. During the process energy is released. Coming to second electron affinity. So here electronic repulsions, electronic repulsions will be takes place. Okay, now to overcome this electronic repulsions, we have to supply some amount of energy to add the electron. That's what here second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all are endothermic process. Okay, got the point? Here first ionization electron affinity is only which one, exothermic, remaining 2, 3, 4. So for this next one, di negative ion gains one more electron, so converting to x minus 3, this is called EA3. So this is also endo. Next to EA4, endo. All are remaining, all are endothermic process. Only first electron affinity is exothermic process, remaining all the processes are endothermic process. The reason is here one electron it can be accept, it can gain the electron, it can hold the electron, during that some amount of energy can be released. But coming to second, third, fourth electrons adding is difficult process, because electronic repulsions will be takes place. To overcome these repulsions we have to supply some amount of energy to add the electron. Clear? That's what. So this is the types of the electron affinity. These all are termed as successive electron affinities or electron gain enthalpies. Okay, so here these electron gain enthalpies are first, second, third. How many electron affinities are possible? So based on the atomic number, so how many electrons are adding, those many electron affinities are possible. Okay, right. Next one is here factors affecting the electron affinity. So which factors can be affected by this? So factors. So one is atomic size. First one is atomic size. So what happens when the size will be changes? So here can be considered that one small atom, nucleus, small atom, and second one is the somewhat the larger atom. Larger atom is nothing but containing the some more cells. It is containing only one cell, but it is containing the two cells. Okay, right. In the first video I had explained about the atomic sizes, screening effect, okay, now shielding effect, all it. So if you see here, the distance is okay, distance is less, here distances are more. Distance means which one will be considered here, nucleus to valency electron, nucleus to valency electron. Okay, right. When distances are less, here what about the attractions? Attractions are more. When distance is less, attractions are more. Here distances are more, then what happens the attractions? Attractions are less. That means the effect of the nucleus on valency electron is here more, here distance is more. Okay, now that means attraction will be less. Okay, now so here if the distance is less, the electron, coming electron easily can attract. So if the atom is small, easily can attract the electrons, easily can attract the incoming electron, easily can attract the incoming electron. Okay, right. If the atom is large, so distances are more, this nucleus cannot attract the electron easily. If that means atomic size is more or large, difficult to attract difficult to attract the incoming electron. Incoming electron. So here what happens when it is attracts more and difficult to attract? So when it is attraction is more, easily can gains the electron. When easily can gains electron, more amount of energy can be releases. If it is difficult, means electron adding process is very slow or none. Then what happens? If electron cannot be added, energy cannot be releases. Or if it is added, less amount of energy can be releases. Clear? Right. Atomic size is small, electron affinity is more, means atomic radius is inversely proportional to electron affinity. Means electron affinity is inversely proportional to atomic radius. Atomic radius is small, electron easily can added. If electron is easily added, more amount of energy can be releases. If the atom is larger, the attraction of electron is less amount of energy is released. That's what atomic radius is inversely proportional to electron affinity. Okay, right. Next one is nuclear charge. We can be considered here. Nuclear charge. Second factor. What happens? Same, this nuclear charge and atomic radius has a relation. What the relation? Nuclear charge is nothing but effect of the nucleus on valence electron. This nucleus effect is on the valence electron, that is called a nuclear charge. Here also effect of the nucleus on valence electron, on last cell, on valence cell. If the atom is small, distances are more, distances are less. If distances are less, attractions are more. Okay, attractions are more, that is nothing but nuclear charge will be more. Nuclear charge will be more. Right? Here distances are more. If distances are more, attractions are less. Attractions are less, nuclear charge also less. Nuclear charge also less. Clear? Right. So here what happens? Nuclear charge is more. Nuclear charge is more. So what happens? That is nothing but small atom. Means electron affinity. So this is nuclear charge directly proportional to electron affinity. Clear the point? Nuclear charge is more is nothing but atom is small. Okay, atom is small means easily can attract the electrons, more amount of energy can be released. Nuclear charge is less. Nuclear charge is less is nothing but atom is larger. Atom is larger. When atom is larger, distances are more, attractions are less. So the nucleus cannot attract the electron easily. That means less amount of energy can be released. So this is the nuclear charge. Okay, right. Next one, third factor you can be see that is the electronic configuration. Third one is electronic configuration. How the electronic configuration can affect the electron affinity? First factor is atomic radius or atomic size. Second one is the nuclear charge. Third one is electronic configuration. So here electronic configuration mainly half-filled or full-filled. Full-filled electronic configurations are which one? We know that those are the more stable. Half-filled electronic configuration, full-filled electronic configurations are more stable due to proper symmetry, exchange energies. Right? So when exchange energies are more energy can be released, so atom will be get stable. So already it is stable, half-filled or full-filled. Then adding of electron is not necessary to them. For those elements which are showing that half-filled, either s orbital or p orbital, okay, now half-filled or full-filled electronic configuration elements are having the low electron affinity values, either it may be considered as 0 or positive. Positive means here electron affinity releases, that is indicating that negative. Okay na. So electron gain enthalpy, that change in the electron gain enthalpy, that is equals to, that means here we have the formula, that means it is the negative, that is indicating that exo. If it is the positive, that is the endo. Okay na. Positive is nothing but it is absorbing energy, means for half filled and full filled electrons, adding of electron is difficult, so it will not take easily. So by applying that external effect or external energy, then we can be add that electron. That's what half filled and full filled electrons are more stable. Due to the stability, adding of electron is not possible. For example, nitrogen atomic number 7, electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. According to Hund's rule, you can be write that p orbitals are 3 electrons, px1, py1, pz1. Half filled. Okay, now electron affinity, adding of electron to this is somewhat difficult. That's what here we can say that 2a group elements, 5a group elements, 8a group elements are having the 0 electron affinity or positive electron affinities, because second group means here s orbitals are full filled, 5a is nothing but here p orbitals are half filled. Okay, next one 8a is nothing but here full filled p orbitals. Fulfilled p orbitals. Half filled or fulfilled orbitals are more stable. That's what here those energies are positive values, means endothermic reactions, means endothermic processes. Okay now. So this is the regarding electron affinity and electron gain enthalpy definition, units, types and factors. And the last one is trends, how it will be changes in a period and group. That is called periodic trends. It is a very important. Some exceptions we can be see here in the periodic trends. Those are the main important periodic trends. Means how it will be changes in a period and group, you can say. So in a period means will be take from left to right, So electron affinity, what happens when we can be move across the period from left to right. So first of all, atomic radius from left to right decreases. Atomic radius decreases. Okay, if atomic radius is decreases, then electron affinity is increases. Just now I said that atomic radius is inversely proportional to the electron affinity, or electron affinity is inversely proportional to atomic radius. Atomic size is large, that is the less electron affinity. Atomic size is small, more electron affinity. Means atom is larger, less electron energy can be released. Smaller the atom, more energy can be released. So left to right it can be decreases. For example, you can take that second period means lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, up to neon you can be considered, because eighth group elements are positive values, means endothermic process. Here as I said that before, that 2a, 5a and 8a, these are which one? Positive. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, these are full-filled electronic s electrons are present. In the nitrogen, fifth group elements, nitrogen, phosphorus, these are having that half-filled p electrons, and eighth group elements are which one? Full-filled electrons are present. Then what happens here remaining cases? So here lithium, okay na, so when compared to lithium, boron is more, okay na. So this is a exception case. Beryllium, magnesium positive, nitrogen also positive, neon also positive. Okay now. Next one is electron affinity will be, I mean compared with this, generally you can say this. Okay na, right. So that means generally we can be say that electron affinity in a period left to right increases, left to right increases. Okay na, generally we can be say that, but some exceptions they should be remembered. Second A, that means 2A, 5A, 8A group elements are exception cases. So generally what happens in a period, electron affinity increases, electron affinity increases in a period from left to right. Okay, then what happens in a group? Very important. What happens in a group? So first take that atomic radius will be increases, atomic radius increases, electron affinity will be decreases. Atomic radius is increases because the newly coming electron entering into the new shell. When number of cells increases, distances are increases, attractions will be decreases. That means the nucleus cannot attract the incoming electron easily. That's what here electron affinity values are decreases. Okay, electron affinity values are decreases. 1A group elements, 1A is the which one? Hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. What about francium? Francium is the radioactive element, so that we cannot be considered here. So here electron gain enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, change in the electron gain enthalpy. So that is equals to hydrogen is 73. Here value can be take kilojoules per mole. Hydrogen is 73 kilojoules per mole. Next lithium is 60 kilojoules per mole. Next sodium is 53 kilojoules per mole. Next one is potassium is 48. Next one is 47, 46. This much amount of energy is releases when electron is added to the valence shell. So this much amount of energy is releases. So here what's happening? Top to bottom, atomic size is increasing. Then what happening? The electron affinity value is 73, 60, 53, 48, 47, 46 decreasing. That's what I said, that electron affinity values are decreases top to bottom in a group. Okay, right. Here some more can be considered. Boron, okay, aluminium, gallium, indium. Next one, 4A group elements. So what are the 4A group elements? Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, of course lead also present. So next one, 5A group elements. So nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony. Next one, 6A group elements, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium. Next one is 7A group elements, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are the P block elements with the group numbers. So in this, which is high electron affinity and which is the low electron affinity? What is the order in the NEET level or mains or advanced level? Order will ask here. What are the exceptions are there? It should be keep the more concentration on the exceptions. So for example, you can see the 7th group elements. So these 7th group elements are highest electron affinity is chlorine. Generally in each period, okay na, that means in each group, these are the second period, these are the third period. What about the first period? First period containing only 2 elements, those are hydrogen and helium. Second period elements boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Next third period aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. So according to our trends in the period or group, left to right increases, top to bottom decreases. But here exception is here, top to bottom will be decreases, but small change here. Third period elements are having the more electron affinity than second period. Third period elements are more electron affinity than second period elements. Suppose if you take the Seventh group elements order. Seventh group elements is highest is chlorine, next one is fluorine, next one is bromine, next one is iodine. This is the order of the electron affinities of halogens. Okay na? Why? What is the reason? So top to bottom electron affinity is decreasing, no? Then why fluorine is less electron affinity than chlorine? In the total periodic table, highest electron affinity element is chlorine. Electron negative element is fluorine. But here we are discussing about the electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. Highest in the total periodic table is chlorine. The reason is here why the third period elements are more electron affinity than second period. The reason is here second period elements are having the 2 cells, third period elements are 3 cells. Second period 2 cells, third period 3 cells. Okay, so here the reason is small size of the second period elements when compared with the third period. Okay, then if the small size, what happen? Inter-electronic repulsions. Inter-electronic repulsions. So they can ask the one bit why the chlorine is more electron affinity than fluorine. Why chlorine is more electron affinity than fluorine? The reason is fluorine is small size, and when electron is added, electronic repulsions because due to small size. Chlorine is 3 cells, third period 3 cells. 3 cells means somewhat the more size, and even when electron is added, the electronic repulsions are less. Then you may get the doubt here, sir, fourth period 4 cells, no? So somewhat large size and then electronic repulsions, of course. But thing is here, the ability of the nucleus also should attract electron, no? When the distance will be more, the nucleus cannot be attracted. So here the size is perfect to gains the electrons. Of course, here some exceptions are there. Okay, so here the third period having more electron affinity over the second period. Reason is small size of the second period elements, and then electronic repulsions, means electronic repulsions. Next, if you see that chalcogens, 6 group elements. 6 group elements are, first one is sulfur greater than, selenium greater than, tellurium greater than oxygen. Okay, sir, here why after this is the third period, second period is written last, but in the 7th group you have written first chlorine and then fluorine. Third period, second period, and then 4th, 5th period elements you have written. But in the case of the 6th period elements, okay na, 6th period elements, so the order is first one sulfur, then selenium, tellurium, oxygen. Okay na, so experimentally they are given the some values. Okay na, based on the values they are given the order also. So here the reason is they are given the some experimental values. So the electron affinity of these elements are given that in kilojoules 200, 195, 190, 141 kilojoules per mole. Kilojoules per mole means here when sulfur gains the electron, it released amount of energy is in the kilojoules 200. So next one is selenium 195 kilojoules, next one is 190, oxygen is 141. That's what here based on the releasing amount of energy they are arranged order. Even in the 7th group elements also, why the chlorine is more electron affinity is nothing but, if you see that this released amount of energy is 349 kilojoules per mole, fluorine is 328. Okay, and then here bromine is 325 kilojoules and iodine is 295 kilojoules. Okay na, that's what here. Highest releasing which one? Chlorine, 349 kilojoules of energy is releasing. That's what first chlorine. Next one, second highest is 328, here 325, 295. So second highest is fluorine, that's what here is fluorine. And then bromine 325 and then iodine is 295. Even here nitrogen, phosphorus, so these also you can be see that. So first one is in the fifth group elements. Okay na, here the electron affinity values are highest for the bottom element. So though you can be write that stibbium, arsenic, phosphorus and then nitrogen. Okay na, highest electron affinity value is stibbium and then arsenic and then phosphorus and then nitrogen. Next one, fourth group elements. This is the 6A, no? This is the 5 and fourth A group elements. So fourth A group elements are, first one is silicon and then carbon and then germanium and tin. Okay now, silicon, carbon, germanium, tin. So here the values of the silicon is 134, one is here carbon 122 and germanium is 119 and tin is 107 kilojoules per mole. So here order, highest is silicon, that's what first is silicon, and carbon 122, germanium 119 kilojoules, tin is 107. Okay, next one, third A group elements are here aluminium, okay, and then gallium and then indium and then lastly boron. Here also same the thing following that. Which one? Here third A group elements and 6A group elements. Third A, 6A following same order. First sulfur, aluminium and then selenium, tellurium and then last oxygen. Here also aluminium, gallium, tin and then last boron. Aluminium, gallium, indium and then boron. Okay na, so third A and 6A following the same order. Okay na, so first order is 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Next one is fourth group and seventh group following the same order. Fourth group and sixth group following the same order. What is the order? 1 2 3 4. Here also 1 2 3 4. Okay na, easy to remember. Okay na, need not to confuse, easy to remember. Third group, sixth group means it double. Third group and sixth group following the same order, 1 2 3 and then first element is lost. Fourth group and seventh group same order, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Then what about the middle, fifth group? Bottom two increases. So bottom element is having the high electron affinity values. Okay na, in the total periodic table highest electron affinity is chlorine. Okay na, electron affinity value is chlorine. Again, this is the order. So order also very important. Here compulsory they can be asked any one of the order. Here mainly they can ask a seventh group or sixth group. Okay na. So this is regarding electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy can be defined as the amount of energy released when an electron is added to valence shell of isolated neutral gaseous atom. Here also gaseous atom. Values, units are electron volt per atom, kilojoules per mole, kilocalorie per mole. Types, okay, now only first one is exothermic, remaining all are endothermic process. Even endo for the 2A, 5A, 8A group elements also endo. Okay na. Next one is factors, atomic size, nuclear charge, electronic configuration. Okay na. Then trends in the periods and groups. Generally periods electron affinity increases. in a groups electron affinity decreases, but here with the exceptions with values I have explained. Okay now, right? So this is regarding the electron affinity. So please subscribe to my channel and refer to your friends also to subscribe. Okay na, because it will give some more encouragement to me to upload the more and more videos. Thank you.